Two stars of Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story addressed the show's controversial storyline that implies the titular brothers had an incestuous relationship. The new Netflix series from producer Ryan Murphy has drawn a lot of attention ever since its release weeks ago, particularly for its portrayal of the Menendez brothers' relationship. This primarily involves a moment featuring Vanity Fair reporter Dominic Dunn, Nathan Lane, where he entertains guests with questions and speculative theories, including why the brothers didn't disclose their alleged abuse earlier. At one point, he even floats the possibility of incest, leading to a flashback of Kitty Menendez walking in on her sons in the shower. In an interview with The Wrap, Lane shared his thoughts on this particular scene, as well as the general implication that Lyle, Nicholas Alexander Chavez, and Eric, Cooper Koch, had an incestuous relationship around the time they killed their parents. Like Murphy, Lane defended the Monsters storyline and reiterated that the show was not stating this as fact, but was including it as speculation. He said. In the same interview, Koch debunked the allegations, emphasizing that the shower scene, as well as the rumors of the brothers' relationship, are all meant to represent Dominic Dunn's point of view and theories. He said, "What Lane and Koch's comments mean for Monsters Season 2. Good intentions don't change the controversial depiction. In reality, the idea that the Menendez brothers had an incestuous relationship is nothing more than a niche theory." During the first trial, the jury briefly considered this as a possible motive for the murders, but it was dismissed after reviewing court transcripts. The most prominent supporter of this theory was Dunn, who, although he didn't include it in his official reporting, is said to have spread the idea privately. Monsters' depiction of the theory has been perhaps its biggest source of controversy, and the defenses from the creative team likely won't change that. Murphy also commented on the larger controversy about Monsters' depiction of the brothers, though he largely dismissed it and chalked it up to an obligation to storytellers to also try and put in the parents' perspective based on our research, which we did. It is true that, to tell a well-rounded true crime story, it's smart to feature every perspective possible. However, though Lane and Koch have provided a valid defense of the storyline, it is still clear that the way Monsters chose to depict this theory wasn't as nuanced as they make it seem, considering the audience's confusion. Our take on the Monsters controversy and defense. These declarations might sway the public's opinion. Lyle and Eric Menendez stare and listen to the witnesses at court in Monsters. Online conversations surrounding Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story have focused primarily on the show's interpretation of the events, which have been deemed inaccurate by those associated with the brothers. Many viewers have voiced their frustration or outright refused to watch the series, believing that certain controversial scenes, particularly the ones suggesting an incestuous relationship between the brothers, are driven by malice rather than creative interpretation. However, now that members of the cast and crew, including Murphy, have stepped forward to clarify the reasoning behind these scenes, the narrative may shift and could lead to more nuanced discussions about the series. Some might see that those associated with the show had no intention of insisting Lyle and Eric were romantically or physically involved, and that it was a misguided attempt at portraying all theories regarding their actions. At the same time, it might be too soon to change the overall opinion of Monsters' story.